back with another episode to sit down. Jordan couldn't be with us, unfortunately today, so I step up in his absence, man. I'll bring all the energy and step up in his absence. So here we are. And today's guest, we have South Carolina outfielder, all SEC freshman, Ethan Petry, man. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. So let's just get right into it, man. Let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
Well, I know you since the eighth grade. We played middle school football together.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, we've been playing middle school football. I think I played in seventh grade with you, and then
Uh,
you uh ended up going to high school, and we went to different high schools. But we had a
That's
good
kind of
time.
crazy. That's the crazy how you playing football, then you go out be this great baseball player, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't that good of a football player. I took my talent
Hey,
somewhere else.
man, like you say, hey, I was better at football. You better at baseball. I can't hit the baseball save my life, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I can't hit a
Yep.
baseball save my life, man. But let's get right into it, man. So you all had a great season last year, South Carolina. I see y'all was 17-1. Like it's pretty hard to top that, in my opinion. I mean, I guess you go undefeated, but that's pretty hard to top that. But I just want to talk about your recruiting journey, and like we'll start off. What made you? At what moment in high school did you realize you could really go play baseball and like fulfill a childhood dream?
During my freshman year, I was actually committed to the University of South Florida,
Hmm.
and you know how recruiting goes. You get an offer when you're 14 years old, and then that you see that money, you see like all that scholarship, you're like, oh my God, I'm fulfilling my dream right now. But
Yeah,
you don't really go through the process because that's your first phone call with the college coach. You don't know how to say no yet. And I ended up just, rethinking everything over and, wanted to try actually going through the process. And I ended up decommitting from USF, and I realized I could play at an elite level in college. And
hmm,
obviously USF is an elite program.
yeah,
And so I was already committed there. So then when I decommitted, I got contact by other schools, and I got on the phone with South Carolina. It was about when I was 16 years old, and it was during COVID. So my Coach Kingston, he ended up FaceTiming me and calling me because I couldn't really meet with him in person, but he was the only coach that FaceTimed me, and
hmm,
we had face to face contact. So
yeah.
that really stood out to me the most, that he actually really cared about his guys.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I didn't because I so is baseball, is it different to like how football recruiting goes? I know because usually people get offered early, like especially like quarterbacks, they usually commit early. If I remember right, you committed pretty early to South Carolina as well. So is like the timing of that? Is that really important to commit early?
Yeah, it wasn't back in the day, and now it is, but now it has changed back to the point where you want to commit when you're a junior, senior to a Division One school because the recruiting rules have changed and all
Hmm.
that stuff. So it's good to it's good. I like those recruiting rules now because I don't think people should commit so early. Like I said, people jump to their conclusion. And they're like, oh my God, I'm going to University of South Florida. It's 20 minutes away, but they don't realize that, they could progress and grow, and other stuff can happen. You can get hurt. Like it's just, you know, some people don't project the way they are when they're a freshman to a senior in high
Yeah,
school. So I think those rules are really good because now that like once you're a junior and senior, you commit, it's like they know what they're getting
yeah,
rather than
exactly.
they don't know
Yeah.
what they're getting when you're a freshman in high school.
Yeah, see, I had a problem with that personally, like when people offering kids too early, especially like at 14, unless they're
Yeah.
like a a super like crazy athletic person, like or just not athletic, but like their build, like like a 6'5" dude off rip, you know what I'm saying? They gonna offer him just based off potential. But then like you saying, you by your senior year, you maybe you don't hit the ball as well, you're not pitching,
Yeah.
you don't develop into the game as you should. So I just think they should be more patient about that. That's just my opinion. But then again, I can see from their perspective as well. Like you can't miss on you can't don't miss on somebody. You know what I'm saying? You always just not
Exactly.
like take them for real. Cause half the time some of the offers people be getting don't be for real. You know what I'm saying? It
Yep.
don't be for real. They pull back on that. But yeah, man. So that's the question I have for you. So let's talk about your freshman year in South Carolina, man. You had quite the season, dog. Quite the season, leading the
Yep.
team in batting average and breaking South Carolina records for home runs and RBIs. So let's talk about what helped you transition to college so easily to be able to perform and put up these numbers at an early age?
So I actually didn't break the record here. I broke
Mhm.
the freshman record
No,
here.
that's what I meant. My bad.
Yeah.
I should specify that. I meant freshman record. Freshman record.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that no one got it mistaken. But yeah, it was not easy at first. I had a really hard time coming in here and hitting this pitching. I mean, these guys are throwing fuel like
Yeah.
95, 96. It's like it's not easy going from high school where you're facing 85, 80.
Hmm.
And it's like it's just unreal to see how much stronger people are and how everybody's literally on the same level of
Yeah.
talent. But it's the people who, work hard, are always in the weight room, who just stick with it. The people that are mentally tough. And I felt like that was one of my best attributes last year is just staying mentally tough. I like during the preseason scrimmages before the spring last year,
Hmm.
I think I went like I had one hit and 19 at bats with like 11 strikeouts. So it was a tough preseason for me, and
Yeah.
I didn't get to initially start my freshman year, and I ended up getting at bats on opening weekend, coming off the bench, and I started to get hits during that, and they ended up putting me in the starting lineup day 3 of opening weekend, and I ended up hitting a home run, and I just kind of didn't stop from there. I just kept working hard.
How do you stay focused? Like, especially because you was freshman, you never been there, done that before. How would you able to like stay focused the entire time and not be able to hit like a freshman slump? Some might say. Maybe you did hit it. Just let me know. Just talk about it.
Yeah, so like it's not really staying focused. I just kind of like think about it. I'm just playing a game and having fun.
Hmm.
And every like I know everybody knows that baseball is extremely tough, and
Yeah.
any sport's extremely tough, and the ups and downs of sports. And I realized I prepared myself that I'm going to get into a slump sometimes, but it's
Hmm.
just a matter of the fact of how short that slump could be. And
Yeah.
I did get in a little slump, but I made sure it was short, so because I prepared myself mentally that I knew that that was going to happen.
Yeah, that's smart, man. Because like if you can't, you don't control like the slump or like when you get lows, man. Like it can snowball. It can turn into a whole
Oh yeah,
season, and it real
yeah.
quick, real
Then you're
quick.
like pressing hard.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's really cool. You did like you was able to like compartmentalize that and be able to like stay focused and not like get hard on yourself. Cause that's another thing. People get like really hard on themselves and like when they're not playing to the
Mhm.
capability they should. Like that's another thing athletes deal with as well, being too hard on
Yep.
this. But it doesn't sound like he was doing that, man. So that's good to hear. And so the next question I have is so I know you play one year season so far, but what would you say was the most hostile environment you played in up to this
Oh
point?
my gosh, Arkansas, Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hmm.
I remember we're going out there to hit the first inning, and they did that woo pig suey. It, there was like the announcer was like, "Call your hogs," and I looked. They in left field. They have this big hog pen
Hmm.
behind the fence, and it's probably 3,000, 4,000 people just standing up, and they all put their hands up. They're like, "Woo pig suey," and I'm like, I'm really about to hit it. I'm really about to hitting this.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that. That's probably a little bit intimidating, man, especially though as your first season doing there. So how'd you end up playing that game?
I had a tough series that series actually.
Mhm.
They pitched me very well, and their pitchers are insane. And that was when we had a lot of injuries on our team, and that's when we started going on our little cold streak.
Yeah.
And we ended up scratching a win out of there, which is almost impossible. They lost like 2 home games last year,
Wow.
so it's not easy to play
Yeah.
away in the SEC by any means.
I'm already knowing because yeah, SEC is definitely my opinion, the best baseball conference in America. And you know how they do
Yeah.
football, how they're really big on football. I'm sure that just translates right over into baseball, like talking about the atmosphere and everything.
Yeah,
So
and like now it's like baseball's top tier, and now basketball's getting there too.
yeah, I agree. I agree, man. So we're talking about South Carolina, man. So what personal goals do you have for yourself this season, and what team goals do you want to see like you guys reach?
Uh, Personal goals, I'm just looking to have fun and just be myself and not worry about anything else. Like I feel like if I start worrying about other stuff, then and like worry about stats and worry about like being this like Golden Spikes winner, I it's just gonna dig me in the dirt, and then no one will ever hear about me. But if I focus on the team and focus on winning the games and helping
Yeah.
out the team no matter what cost, is when I'm gonna help out the team the most. And one of the team goals we have this year is definitely make it to Omaha and
Oh,
potentially win the College World Series. We have the squad to do it, and
mhm.
we have the players, we have the lineup to do it, and our pitching has been extraordinary. So
Yeah,
we we just
I seen the other day, man. Do you guys have somebody throw a no hitter?
yeah, we had a combined no hitter. So
No, okay, team no hitter.
one of
Yeah, that's impressive, man. That's
yeah,
impressive.
one of our guys just came off Tommy John,
Hmm.
and he just threw Sunday, and he only had 2 or 3 innings because it's part of his like rehab and stuff.
Yeah,
And he just dominated his first 2 innings. So it's good to see because he's been hurt for over 600 days.
yeah. That
So
Tommy John is a little
yeah,
serious.
he's been recovering for a long time. So it was good to see that, and everybody backed him up after that.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I have a question for you. Like I said, I'm not as versed in baseball as you are. So how do you qualify for the like to get to Omaha? So Omaha, I know that's the College World Series. So how many people actually play in that?
So only 8 play in it.
Okay, okay. So,
So usually it's kind of like a March Madness tournament.
mm-hmm,
So there's 64 teams that make it, and usually the teams that win their lower like the lower conference is like the I think we played last year we it's a regional, it's called a regional.
mm-hmm.
And last year we played Central Connecticut State, who they won the Northeastern Conference.
Okay.
So they get an automatic bid to a regional. But
Oh,
the guy
oh yeah, yeah. That
the
is
people
kind
that
of college.
the people that
That's
host the regional are the top 16 seeds, the top 16 teams in the country.
okay.
So last year we hosted a regional because I think we were 15th in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 4 people in each regional, and usually it's like a 1 seed, a 2 seed, a 3 seed, and 4 seed.
Okay.
So the 4 seed is usually the lower conference winner, where they won their lower conference. The 3 seed is like a team that almost won their conference, but they had a really good record and has a really good resume,
Mm-hmm.
and like they have a solid team. That's usually the 3rd seed, and the 2nd seed is always like a really good team that like won the big conference. Like last year we had Campbell in
Yeah.
it, and they won their conference, the Big South. So like they were solid and they were tough to beat, and we end up beating them. And then you go on to a super regional, which is like whatever team won their side of the regional. Then
Mm-hmm.
you play a 3 game set, and then 8 teams go to Omaha from there.
Oh, so towards the end they get start getting like into series.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Like the
Okay.
super regional is a series, and then you go to Omaha, and it's double elimination until the championship game, where it's a 3 game series. So it's like a week, 2 week long tournament.
Oh, that's what's up. See, it sounds like it goes really fast, man.
Yeah.
It goes really fast. So then another thing I want to ask, so like what's the difference between the regular season and like playing all these tournaments? Like how your days look? Like how's the day different? How's the preparation different? What's the major differences between the two?
Well, like days are long on game days. Like you're always preparing. You got to
Mm-hmm.
be like we have a 4 o'clock game tomorrow, and we got to be at the field at 12 o'clock for meal. So it's a long day, and you just got to stay mentally lock in, like I said, and stay mentally tough.
So then, so with the tournament comes to like, well, can you say whoever the best teams usually host that? So there's not a lot of travel that goes into that necessarily for y'all because you usually are towards the top of the
Yeah.
standings. So how does like does it you get you get any nerves like in the tournament play or anything like that? Like you have
Oh
anything?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like last year, we were in the driver's seat in the regional, and we were in the regional championship, and I was just like so nervous going into it because like if we would have lost, we had to play another game because it's double elimination in a regional.
Mm-hmm.
But we were in the driver's seat, like I said, and I was still nervous because I was like, if we lose, now our backs are against the wall. Like
Yeah,
it's just scary. And then we ended up winning the regional, and we had to go to Florida, which they're obviously the powerhouse. They made it to the College World Series last year. They
yeah.
made it all the way to the championship, ended up losing to LSU, but it was just that was really nerve wracking because we already swept them during the regular season,
Hmm.
so they were out for revenge for us. So
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
had to drive 6 hours on a bus, all the way down there, and it was raining the whole time. It's during the summer, but that's why I like the playoffs better because there's no school. There's no schoolwork
Yeah.
you have to worry about. So you just sit there and just
Yeah.
play baseball. It's like your
That
job.
is smooth. Yeah, I was about it because y'all season is like tourist like was obviously the spring semester, and then so
Yep.
if you go all the way, that it takes you to what, May or June?
June, like late June.
Late June. Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no school for like 2 months.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. It's pretty nice.
That's pretty cool, man. So then, so we have like a pregame ritual. I'm sure South Carolina fans and fans of you want to know you have a pregame ritual, man. You got one, or like, well, what can't you
No,
live
I really don't, man. I just go out there and play. I don't really have. We have like the sandstorm that they always play out. The sandstorm music always playing. They're
Yeah.
waving the towels. So that's really all we have.
I'm talking, so you have nothing, you don't do nothing different. Some people superstitious, they gotta wear the same socks. You see Mahomes say wear the same drawers, which is kind of nasty to me personally, but
No, no, I don't really do nothing much different. I don't even think of that. Like you got to play 56 games. Like
yeah.
I feel like if you think of superstition, you're gonna be off balance if you don't get your stuff right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get. Then again, that's playing baseball. There's more games. You can't really. It's not like a
Yeah,
1 week, one-off thing. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah. Like
guess that.
football, like you can like wear the same jockstrap because you have a week to wash it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, man. So I'm gonna take you to our favorite segment, or my favorite segment we have on the show is called the rapid fire question segment. So I
Okay.
ask you a couple questions. You take the question wherever you want to go. So let's get it going, man. You ready?
Yep. Yep.
All right. So first one, I like when people blame. I like when people.
Uh, make me food.
Okay, okay. So then I got the opposite of that. I don't like when people.
uh, drive badly.
Ooh, and that's a real good one, man. You from Florida, man, so you know how bad people drive here, dog.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
it's even worse than Tallahassee, man. Let me tell you, bro. It's even worse than Tallahassee. But next question. So if you had to pick any superpower, like for you to have, what would you pick?
Um, Probably like telekinesis, where I can
That's lit.
like move things with my mind. That'd be pretty sick.
No, that's lit, bro. I think mine. What was mine? I can definitely get behind telekinesis too. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I'd be like all powerful. You know what I'm saying? I can really do whatever I
Yeah,
want.
I'm like sitting on the couch. I need a controller. I'm just like, thinking about it bringing to me.
Is that either that? I know. I think the other one was flying, bro. Like flying. You know how lit flying would be, bro. Like literally, just, like
Yeah,
anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like on Superman, bro. you know.
yeah, that'd be really cool. But I'd be a little nervous being up that high.
Hey, I mean, I guess it's something you got to get used to it, like anything else.
Yeah.
But the next one is if you had what's your dream jersey swap with like any past or current player?
Uh, Probably Otani, Shohei Otani. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, he's just absolute stud.
yeah, I know, right? He's really good, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, he's really good. Let me see what else I have. So yeah, you say you didn't have no superstition, so that kind of ruined that one for me.
Yeah.
Um, one thing you can't live without:
Uh, Probably baseball.
baseball.
I live and breathe it. I'm out there every day.
That's a good answer, man. That's a good answer. So,
Yeah.
if you weren't playing baseball, what would you be doing?
Uh, I'd probably be maybe not in college. I don't know. Uh, I Either that or I'd be studying marine biology somewhere and somehow getting it done because I really like marine life.
So what's your favorite marine animal?
Um, I don't know. There's so many I like. I know there's just like so many interesting things about the ocean that I like.
Yeah, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to animals. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watch Shark Week every week, man. I watch Shark
Yeah,
like every
I just
week.
watch my National Geographic almost every night just before I go to
I'll tell
bed.
you, it's so soothing to go to sleep and watch like Nat Geo, bro. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? The Discovery Channel, like just watch like animals like in the savannah, like lions and all that. It's really like
Oh
really
yeah.
fascinating to me.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me, man. But yeah, I know Jordan would like to he would have glad he would have loved to be here and like been here to talk with you. But I'm
Yep.
glad I was able to just get this done because I know. Pretty first of all, I want to say appreciate you for taking the time out of your busy
Yeah.
schedule. I know, cause I see you all got a game tomorrow, like you were saying earlier at 4 o'clock. So I really appreciate you taking the time out to do
Yeah. No
this.
problem, man.
And then look, one last question here. I'm gonna let you go after this. So if you
All right.
had one current or former teammate, would you say would be good for the show? Who would it be?
Uh, Probably Cole Messina. He's our current catcher.
Okay, cool,
Super
cool.
cool dude. Like, he's got tons of superstitions and you can pick his brain.
Yeah, and we definitely had to try and set that up, man. But like I said, let's say really just thank you for taking time out of your schedule, man. And that's gonna be a wrap for this episode.
All right. Yeah. I appreciate you having me on and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
All right, man. Hey, y'all seen it, man. It's the end of the episode. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all next time.